I'm a very independent person myself, and so with everything that I went through this past year, taught me a lot of dependence. I don't really think there was anything up to that point that made me like really rely on him for anything or believe in him. I'd never had anything bad per se happen to me. I had a job when I was in high school, and I was also doing classes at the high school, and then I was doing dual enrollment through VSU. So I had a lot going on, but it all seemed to like work out and fit together. One day I was on the phone with my uncle, and I was asking him like, what, repeat that? I didn't hear that. And I just happened to switch the phone to my other ear, and it was like he was yelling at me. And so then I was like, okay, I definitely need to get this checked out. I finally got in the following January of 2017 and had a hearing test done, and they were like, okay, this isn't right. So my ENT sent me to get an MRI. So I had the MRI done the following week, and then he called me that day and was like, I want to see you first thing in the morning. I get back in his office, and he was like, okay, so we did see something on the MRI. I was like, okay. He said that they were acoustic neuromas, which is where benign masses grow on the hearing and balance nerves. He wanted the tumor out immediately. I did cry because I did not want surgery. I didn't want anyone cutting open my head because I'd never experienced anything like that. And then just a bombshell dropped on me. And it was hard, but I knew that I could and would get through it, and I kept looking forward as to, okay, I've got to go through this, and God's teaching me something. I don't know what it is yet, but something good will come out of this. So I went in on the morning of the 18th. It was very early. They said it was going to be a 10-hour surgery. They took me to the back to get prepared. They put all the IVs in and everything, and then they took me away and rolled me down the hallway. And I was just bright and bubbly, which is unusual. I'm not typically that kind of person. Literally had no fear going into it, which is crazy. I literally remember going to sleep with a smile on my face. I knew I wasn't going to have all of my hair, and I knew my face would look different, and I was not able to walk. They took out half of my balance system, so I had to relearn to walk, and it was very stressful because growing up, I was always one of those people that cared a lot what other people thought and like was worried about judgment. God gave me so much peace just walking into that situation and out of it to know that like everything was gonna be good, and even though I did look different, like that's a reason to share what I went through. He made me depend on others for sure a lot more, so I did have to rely on them for things. I would have somebody there, but they would also be encouraging me and just lifting me up and making me feel better about myself. I'm more open than I was, and I don't mind like sharing anything about myself, and I think that I have a lot more joy. I definitely relied on God a lot more and knew that nothing I did would help me, but just knowing that He was healing me and He was healing me slowly, just relying on Him, and then being dependent on others and letting them love me, that was hard. He gave me so much peace and patience and just like determination for getting through the situation and using it to better myself and others. Going through what seems like a bad time gives you like part of your story.